Everybody just took a couple of deep breaths. We call upon our higher selves to be with us. Mother, Father, God, one infinite creator. I guess in honor of Gemini, so we call on our united star heart breath. United star heart breath of Ra to kindle our Ka, strengthen our Merkaba. Welcome our spirit guides and guardian angels, our power animals, and enlightened loving ancestor relations. Welcome Archangel Raphael to be with us in the east. Yod Heh Shin Vav Heh, Melech Raphael. Beloved Archangel Raphael to bless our air elements. Then our Elohim angels or Raphael to cleanse our inner and outer air element, especially important on this new moon in Gemini. Help us to create more safer, love, light, safe zone in our air elements. To thwart any mental, energetic hackers away from our space. We feel divine love embrace, divine inspiration, love, light, gestation. Oh, interesting one wants to be called in. Quantum Star Heart Oracle Shield. Quantum Star Heart Oracle Shield. For each of us to receive our Quantum Star Heart Oracle Shields. I guess to assist us in our Oracle works. Protect the sanctity of our ability to view timelines and choose them wisely. And expand the positive ones. Diminish the negative ones. With more angelic support, angelic buffering, to protect us from any negative, unwanted backlash or backwash from any timeline engineering, machinations, technologies. Yod Heh Shin Vav Heh, Melech Mikael in the south to be with us, Archangel Michael. Melech Mikael in the south to bless our fire element. Yod Heh Shin Vav Heh. Melech Mikael, Shemesh Mikael. Top 11 light gel. Solidify into our sacred well. Divine light of Mikael to shine down around us into each of our three worlds. Michael's angels want to send more light to the symbolism of our wellspring, of our inner wellspring in our underworld, our quantum light shafts that bridge the worlds from below to above. See this wellspring in your inner cave, inner temple, connects to the purest heart spring, liquid love and light from Mother Earth, Mother Father Earth, being filled with more like gelatinous golden, white and blue light from Mikael's kingdom, that it may sanctify and protect your wellspring, the components of the wellspring and the quality of energy moving through the wellspring, and the protecting it from any distortion fields or blockade attempts, hacking or siphoning attempts to be neutralized, so that only you can access your sacred wellspring with a beautiful like orb of light forming on top of the wellspring. It's like Mikhail's angelic shield on the you. It's almost like your angelic biometric print. So you can access it on the you in your true form, your you as you. No cloned versions or facsimiles have access. Beautiful like Merkaba star pattern. They're like looking into the wellspring and Michael's light as angels are adding this beautiful crystal energies into your wellspring. Reminds you of like the Christmas tree star. To bring that higher solar love into the depths of our wellspring. The fairy says so we can bring some effervescence into our air element from the water kingdom, like bubbly foam, steam coming out of the water to mix and properly blend with the air of this new moon. Almost like aromatherapy treatment where you can draw in that energy and that liquid light mixing with the air from that wellspring around your body. Melech Gabriel in the west to be with us. Yad Mofim. Melech Gabriel to bless our water element. Shaddai El Chai, Gabriel, Levana, new moon in Hebrew, Levana, Adonai, Ein Gabriel, I of Archangel Gabriel, Ein Melech Raphael, Yariach, the other Hebrew term for moon, the eye of the moon of Gabriel, Ein Yariach, Gabriel, top 11 light gel. They keep wanting to add more energy to this wellspring around us. From Gabriel's kingdom, adding a secondary layer, a sponge gelatinous light around our wellspring. Sanctify the hearth of our watery flow. Might be consecrated with divine grace, purification space. The guardians of the divine wellspring of Gaia help steadfastly lift our vibration, greater love light calibration, integration with our star heart nations, a tribute to the Eye of Ra. They come forth to empower our Ka, shine in the heart of our Merkaba, like the Eye of Ra wants to come in to strengthen the symbolism of the engine of your Merkaba. Talk about like adding, adding like nitroglycerin to your car, make the car go faster, like super fuel, upgraded free energy. Engine energies to your Merkaba, like a beautiful solar Merkaba star pattern, pulsing, adding more light into your mitochondria, to the engine of your, the engine and the momentum, motivator engine aspect of your life, of your Merkaba. This Michael's starry light wants to shine through the car engine of your Merkaba, create streams of light through your energetic tires, representing the 4 elements of the 4 wheels. So that Michael's star light wants to help us get on track, to keep us centered in our highest of good timelines, navigation, grounding to a positive navigation, coordinate system in time. We can continually align with that which is divine, timeline for highest good, individually, collectively. Our Merkaba mobiles, Michael's sunlight shine, and create now a protective force field, mixing solar energy with the liquid light of Gabriel's realm. It's creating like a steam vent. This is pretty funny today. Creating like the steam vent as you move through the tracks of time. This watery light shield mixing with the plasma fire, the sun's light. Oh, I said it's kind of like the way that a lot of the UFOs or higher positive ships in general that travel in space, they'll create like a plasma field around the ship. Kind of like reduce the inertia and create more of their own little space-time bubble. So it's kind of reminding me of that, of Michael Gabriel's fire and water combining together to create this like plasma steam cloud that creates almost like a trail, like a comet around our Merkaba, around our auric fields when we travel, energetically, temporally. And helps wash away, almost like washing the windows of your car. It's like a steam cloud washing with the fire of the sun all around your body and auric field, like the solar wind pressing on the daytime side of the planet, creates like that magnetic tail where it pushes the magnetic sphere of each planet to create this kind of tail in physics behind the planet. And Gaia's magnetic tail, when it does that, it goes all the way out to just about the moon, actually. Like the comet's tail, kind of cleaning not only the area in front and around you, but also cleaning the space behind you, like the wake of a boat, clearing out any stagnancy or anything that might be kicked up through some of that chaotic motion of your journey, to bring more healing, organized, structured love and light to your past, to the wake of your emotions, to protect us from any unwanted commotions. To reclaim, they're saying, our angelic guidance system, so we can properly steer our locomotion to this highest love and light timeline, highest beneficent, precipitating, ascending love light ground. They said this is part of an extra shielding with the angels, so that we can kind of burn through, moving with the Gemini energy, like Mercury moving swiftly between the three worlds, giving us the ability to burn really quickly and push through and wash away any negative webs or threads or false structures that some of these intelligence agencies were creating to manipulate timelines, or trying to slow people's energy down from connecting higher realms, to be neutralized more easily, so we can burst and burn our way out of any matrix structures of control. Mikhail's time wheel, angels coming around our energetic cars, Merkaba vehicles, creating more of this spinning wheel around us that has a dome above and below it. So it's almost like your traditional flying saucer shape, but of Michael's rings, angels at each point of this ring that are creating this dome of light above us and below us. They're calling it our sacred infinity orb. Sacred infinity orb tabernacle. Fancy word for a temple, eh? Our sacred infinity orb tabernacle. Melech Uriel in the north to be with us, Archangel Uriel. As Michael's light to send more light to our tires, let's bring some stuff on the feet area. As angels that send more light from Michael's kingdom to build a greater density of protective light below us. For each angel to add their crystal grids of light in our feet and below our feet, to clean our feet from any negative roots, any negative structures that may have been trying to ground you to unholy ground versus positive love light ground, to be cleared out, to free us from any negative structures, critters, thought forms. That may have been feeding off of any of your root chakra or Earth Star connection. Be quarantined, removed to clean and upgrade our blessed roots coming through our feet so we can connect to deeper sacred ground, to the heart of your wellspring shaft. Mother Light, Mother Earth Light coming up through the wellspring shaft. She's creating like a cone of light that's coming up through our shaft. Feel that Mother Earth light coming up through your wellspring shaft with Michael's energy and the angels of each direction that we've called on. They're adding their own concentric layer of light to this light cone coming out of your sacred wellspring shaft below, with Mother, as if they're cupping Mother Earth's light with this angelic honoring and respect of Mother Earth's presence to create this spotlight from below us so Mother Earth can begin to sanctify our feet and our ground that we stand and rest upon, with more of infinity's love and light to help us sparkle more clearly through this night. With a new moon majestic might, we continue to irradiate us from above. And that new person that just called in, we're working on our Merkaba vehicle, like image of our car with Michael's legions. They were adding more light to our Merkaba vehicle, as if it literally is like a car with his Michael star light energy in the heart of our engine. It's creating this mixing with the water element of Gabriel's kingdom, and creating this fire, liquid light shield, like a comet cloud around our body, around our Merkaba vehicle, that it may help us trailblaze as a protective layer our path through time, so we may align continually with the rhythm divine and clear the back of our bodies, the wake of our boat, so to speak, clear the wake of our movement through time, any unwanted commotion. Now, like Uriel, continue to bless our earth element. Angels adding more light to the wellspring shaft below us that we draw forth from inside Mother Earth's core. Quantum halo love realms. They're putting these rings of light that are showing up around our quantum love core, they're calling it. The wellspring that connects. It's a wellspring in each of the three worlds where love and light continues to swirl. To protect the sanctity of that which we dip into and retrieve nourishment from. Gaia's, from the heart of Gaia's quantum love-filled wellspring. They're saying from the heart of Gaia's quantum love-filled wellspring, this assembly is coming into view from that. We're like looking through the wellspring and you can kind of see this like a lens. The water's becoming like a lens to see this gathering in this beautiful, rich inner earth terrain, free of pain, full of love, light, gain. Inner earth, star heart quadrant kingdom that is coming in view, like a quadrant in the earth that is anchoring the star heart energies with an assembly of supportive beings who are nurturing that energy there. They want to shine to us from their respective inner earth locations, stellar vibrations, to help us unite with our star heart nations. New dedications of our emancipation, in connection to quantum infinity, love light realms. See our roots going down through crystalline layers of material in the earth, where each crystal layer of material represents one of the angels of the four directions, helping to restructure, protect, and nourish our roots, so we can dip into this fifth element, into this quantum love light arena. Just breathe in, do like a releasing ah sound. Ah. Quantum love light shafts of Gaia coming in. They're able to stabilize more as we are creating that hospitable space to receive more of Mother Earth's fullest love embrace, to pour forth into our space. So more of that spiral, that vortex cone is coming up from below into middle world and starting to swirl around our body and our rooms to create more of an extension of Gaia's unconditional love for each of you, to help reveal the newly rising stage of Gaia's triumphant entrance into the new age, into this new cycle. Like an island rising, like Pele making the volcano lava into the ocean to make a new island. So in this new crystal plane of reality rising from below, filled with like crystalline Merkaba tiles. Talk about dredging the swamp here. It's like lifting us up energetically so we can rise out of any negative energetic depressions or pits or potholes in our pavement on the pathways through time that some of you might have got caught in, or pieces of yourself might have been left behind in. We love being called back to us, help scoop and fish out any of those parts of ourselves with this new angelic bedrock, sacred star heart rock, to help us retune and reclaim our sacred tick-tock of the divine clock. They're saying we need to reformat this propaganda machinery that's also had so many levels of time control that's been going on, but even the more subtle public idea of like the doomsday clock, right? That American that scientists always talk about, was many years ago was more popular, where like represented how close we were to like disaster or World War III and stuff, and they always have it close to midnight. So we want to break ourselves out of this negative, confining, lower consensus reality perception of deception that's trying to capture people into this false proximity of like a negative point in time that they're, that they arbitrarily derive statistics from, or try to say that this is where our time is, kind of like the way you have the Greenwich Mean Time or Universal Time, where they want to line everything up. It's like the British time, which is a whole other symbolism of why they want to claim zero time there. But the idea is reclaiming our own right to have this tick-tock to the divine clock, and not to couple or not to be entrained with false temporal rhythms that would seek to shift us off axis temporally to our path of highest navigation, to our most benevolent timelines, ascendant love light timelines, from cohering, being attracted into the infinite here and now from the future, putting a clear path in our wheel of time, like a spoke of our wheel that's going to the future, from the future to the now. Angels are wanting us to something like to clear out and add more infrastructure in this path that is in front of us to this new horizon point. So we might have a more healthier meet and greet so we can become even more complete, or remove the waste products that were making it seem like we weren't already complete as a state of being, like a master sculptor revealing the perfected form of the sculpture as it's carved and chiseled. Quantum Starheart Bedrock Guardians, Quantum Starheart Bedrock Guardians. They're coming in to add more what they're calling meta pixelated material, a higher condensation of love and light that's looking like Merkaba patterns, but not just tetrahedrons, but pyramidal shapes that are interlocking, like spinning tops. They're lining up like little magnetic field structures. They're putting around us, and inside that angelic crystal ground, they're putting those magical Merkaba spinning top structures to help us consolidate more of a bedrock in time, so that the material of the path in time doesn't get eroded or corroded. Unlike our modern highways or roads that get a lot of potholes, it's creating stronger substance of material strength and buoyancy that helps us to stay on track with our highest good path, and is resilient to counter any negative attempts to diminish or decrease the sparkly nature of this shiny rainbow path. Melech Sandalphon below, Archangel Sandalphon, Yodhe Shinvafe, Melech Sandalphon. Guardians of Infinity's glow. They're coming in, they're creating more tubes of light from beneath those angelic layers. Starheart, Bedrock, Guardians of Time, help us continually align the sanctity of rhythm divine, adding more sacred infrastructure. Like, think of like building a building, and they add the foundation pillars to stabilize the building so it doesn't tilt or fall over. So it's like adding these other angelic columns of light, tubes of light that are coming in like a distribution network from deep in the heart of Gaia's mantle. And in our core, inner earth stage lighting coming on. Melech Sandalphon, Guardians of Gaia's infinity core, help us anchor more love light deep into our inner floor. Starheart infinity core, mantle floor, Guardians. So they're making a bridge from the core, from the part of Gaia's core, where they're showing an image of like a giant Merkaba star heart crystalline structure that's glowing with all this plasma inside it, which actually some scientists speak of as being actually in the core of the earth as a super dense plasma that has a geometric structure to it, which I definitely would agree with that. The scene is giant crystal vibrating massive light in the core of the earth, signaling energy into the mantle, where more and more of these smaller crystal Merkaba patterns are forming new tessellated structures. Think of like Christmas tree lights being put around the tree, but they're being strewn inside the inner mantle. And they're creating new receptor points. So more of Gaia's star heart core, which looks like almost like an egg of light in the center of it. That's like part of Gaia's quantum core. Gaia's quantum infinity core, they're calling it. Gaia's quantum infinity core, where she's drawing in light from the cosmic infinity realms, like threads being woven through needles, through the core of her atoms, through the core of her being. This egg of light is like a spindle that's spinning really fast, and it's drawing in new threads of light that are kind of like magnetic, electric, energetic extensions of, well, maybe easier to explain this way. Think of like a metaphor of like rolling out the royal carpet from like the throne room. You know, in this case, it's like from your kingdom, pathways that go from your personal kingdom, from Gaia's kingdom, out to the star nations, seeing it as like the pathways being filled with sparkly galactic crystals that are glowing. And it's as if the galactic beings are rolling out the royal carpet to help Gaia lift her vibration, as representatives from other worlds of love and light are expanding Gaia's medicine wheel, and they're grounding these new spokes of her star heart medicine wheel, and likewise it's being transduced to us from her infinity core, as well as our own personal connection to our God self. So in that egg of light, star heart, infinity, Merkaba core of Gaia, star heart, infinity, Merkaba core of Gaia. See that Merkaba spinning, and it's creating a vortex of light that's shooting up that we started with in the beginning. It goes into each of your locations as a cone of light, shining through your individual well springs that the angels have added layers of extra coating to. Star heart, infinity core guardians of Gaia. So I'm adding more crystals to that star heart core. That individual beams are shooting out all different angles to different parts of the earth through the mantle, where the new Christmas tree-like lights are being formed. And the earth elemental guardians and the earth gateway guardians are kind of, think of like a plumbing team or electrician's team. They're adding more infrastructure for those quantum star heart vortices to be able to interface, so that more of Gaia's physical body, it's almost like the space between the inside and the outside, the interior and the exterior. So more of Gaia's inner contemplation of her wholeness can be given unto us as her children, so that she can help us plug into her infinity network. This is cool because we're working on different levels of this for a long time, but this is a new level coming in, which is exciting. So these new, seeing other tubes of light, crystal tubes of light rising from Gaia's infinity, quantum infinity Merkaba core, and they're shooting out in that space between Gaia's inner outer core and the mantle. Like, think of like crystal stalactites. Star heart, quantum infinity core guardians of Gaia. They're adding more, what looks like the cute little fairies, adding more what they're calling infinity foam. They got like sparkling sea foam, infinity love foam that they're adding as a buffering zone to kind of balance out the temperatures, like the magma and the balance between fire and water, earth and air. Oh. To ensure proper pixelation, that quantum star heart diva is talking more. She's kind of going to pop in and out. Quantum spin, love gyration teams. Quantum spin, love gyration teams. They're coming in to help us connect to plug into this new infinitely infused love meshwork in Gaia's body that is being formed. And they're rolling like rolling waves in the rolling fields of Gaia's body. They're rolling these beautiful tapestries of love and light that act as an extension of Gaia's inner new expression. It's all about creating continuity between these different levels of Gaia's kingdom for love's matriculated flow to enhance our glow. Guardians of Gaia's quantum bedrock teams. So they're adding, it's like a massive construction group going on in different kingdoms in the earth, where they're adding more of that infrastructure of Gaia's inner tubes, pipelines, distribution systems, structures, ventilation structures, help us plug in more to that larger network of infinity love sequences that are becoming more available as Gaia is plugging in. That's scary. By the mask. Star Heart Guardians of Gaia's quantum infinity foam. No. Okay. Star Heart Guardians of Gaia's quantum infinity foam. Somebody else just walked in. There any more of that infinitely textured tapestry of tubes of light that are very, they almost remind me of like positive, like seaweed, like crystal webs that they're adding to help create more of this circulation between Gaia's ecosystems for more of love and light to flow. First, receive our quantum infinity glow. For us to connect to this infinity bedrock of time, we continue to align with the rhythm divine. A small little recap because a few people just walked in now mad late, but there's important stuff going on before I being into the ground. Actually, I should wait for it. Repeat myself here. Star Guardians of Gaia's quantum core. Help us continue to anchor love and light deep down under this floor. Otherwise, I'm calling Metatron. Not like Metatron above us, Archangel Metatron, Yehei Shinra fame. Not like Metatron above us. Bless our crown chakra. The Guardians of Gaia's Star Heart Quantum Core. Guardians of Gaia's Star Heart Quantum Core. And for any people that's watching us that haven't watched my previous videos, just a little plug-in point. Star Heart is the evolution of the heart chakra, where it's like new chambers forming that enable us to ground more and be like a greater capacitor for positive galactic love coming in from other systems, planets that are positive, ascended. It can appear like an octahedron or like a wheel with crystals around it, each of which point out to a different positive planetary realm that is sending us love and light. And this is what Gaia is receiving and integrating. Star Heart Guardians of Gaia's Quantum Infinity Core. Star Heart Guardians of Gaia's Quantum Infinity Core. You can help us anchor more love and light to the depths of our floor. My little quick synopsis for the latecomers. With some juicy stuff here to listen to. So since all the planets are retrograde, I guess it's a little retrograde moment here. Michael's coming in earlier. Michael Gabriel, they were adding extra energy to our Merkaba cars, looking at our vehicles as cars. So Michael's star heart energy is coming in like a Merkaba crystal star into the engine of your car to super turbocharge your engines, your spiritual drive, your quantum core ignition sequences might be more activated. And as it mixes with Gabriel's liquid light, it's like it's creating this balance, like a steam emission from your car that spreads around your vehicle as you move through time, like a comet. You're surrounded with that beautiful Michael Gabriel layering, like solar galactic light, liquid light dust. And it helps restructure the space around you so that there's less commotion, more clear guided locomotion to your highest love and light timeline. As the waves of light are going around us, your Merkaba vehicle, that kind of tail that's forming also helps bring order to the wake of your motions of your vehicle through time to help protect you from any negative backwash or chaotic regression that sometimes the wake of our motions can generate, that kind of counter spin. So it's getting all parts of ourselves in proper gyration. And then Michael's angels are putting a ring around us, like a UFO spaceship, saucer ship shape. The ring has all angels in the ring, and they create a dome above and below us so that we're surrounded in this Mikhail solar orb with this ring of light angels, helping to adjust our spin so that we don't fall too off angle to our desired destination. guardians of Gaia's quantum love spin field. Some guardians of Gaia's quantum love spin field. That's kind of an extension of what I was saying before, basically that they're creating new infrastructures below us in the bedrock and the mantle, infinitely structured love light constructs like Merkaba patterns, not just tetrahedral or pyramidal, that are spinning, and they're putting it inside the ground, which itself is being upgraded with, like, think of how the ground has striations of crystals and rocks. In this case, each striated layer is an angelic crystal plane. So it's like Raphael has one crystal layer, then Michael, Gabriel, Uriel, and our roots are being plugged in through that new angelic sanctified ground. So they're working on layers simultaneously, and that way we can plug those roots then go into our wellspring, which is what we started with, to ask Michael and Gabriel to bless the bricks in your wellspring shaft and the quality of light and access to your shaft, having like an orb over it so nobody can access it but you. Quantum infinity wellspring guardians. So that led deeper into this new infrastructure, like kind of like Gaia building her new pillars of her temple that we've worked with that many times already, as it's occurring on different levels, or kind of like the prongs in our USB port that allow us to plug into new realities. Gaia is kind of creating that so she could interface with a larger incoming geometric structure of love and light. Wants to help propel us through this night. So this quantum star heart infinity core of Gaia is like that giant Merkaba shaped pattern inside the core of the earth, as well as on the tiniest scales, as an egg inside it that is drawing energy in from the cosmic and galactic centers, cosmic sun, galactic center, like light thread going through the needle. It's going through the core of her being, and she's weaving that new chrysalis, that new spindle of threads, so it can be made available to each of us. And she emanates it through that spinning Merkaba in the core of the earth, that quantum star heart Merkaba. And it's encoded with galactic love light energies. And as it shoots energy out, they're forming new pillars that are growing from the Merkaba, smaller blue, yellow, white infinity pillars, like little wave guides. And so it's like the trumpets of Gabriel's angels, but on another level. So her sound and her light and her plasma might can shine triumphantly, shake us free from any plight. And it's transmitting light up to the mantle with these inner earth star heart quadrant guardians, that's what I called them before, are connecting to us as part of her inner temple restructuring, section by section, sector by sector, layer by layer. Sounds more like a Capricorn new moon than a Gemini right now. Very specific flowing. Oh no, I said Mercury energy saying that they're popping into saying it's about creating because they were trying to block the archetype of our inner Mercury from being, or Hermes, from being able to travel between the three worlds efficiently, fluidically, at hyper speed, the way he does as a archetype, as a deity format. So he's available as a construct for each of us to put on our own magical winged sandals and winged helmets and outfits so that we can be able to bounce between the realms, so to speak, at this hyper orbital speed of love's hyper. It's like love's velocity is infinite and simultaneous. Creates more pathways for simultaneity to be experienced, to connect more and more points in time with the simultaneity of love's interconnected expression, basically for the body of oneness to be more available and felt by the children of infinity, to know that they all come from divinity, so that we can reconnect to this tapestry, like an umbilical cord of light forming that wants to help us re-plug in to that energy of like the one infinite creator, the energy of the crown chakra, Keter. This new spindle, this new infinity crystal wheel of light that's spinning around Gaia's Merkaba. That's saturated with more divine unity. So that each child of Gaia may know their place in the Godhead, so to speak. Find their place in the universal wheel, where all is revealed. Like electric turbine being turned on, Gaia's new electric mobile of planetary might is igniting and setting us free upon this night. Her magnetic motor shining, rotating. So we can ask that this new energy coming from Gaia's quantum core, quantum love infused core, can shine through that Merkaba pattern and reprogram, recharge the magnetic fields that are coming out, that are extensions of her new infinity love threads. She's saying we can help her weave those infinity love strands that are coming in from the larger cosmic galactic web of life and overlay the magnetic fields that are coming out from the body of the earth so that they become like new solid markers, benchmark protected, like rolling out the royal carpet, so to speak, from our galactic kin of positive civilizations. So they're almost like stabilizing threads of light that want to anchor stabilizing threads of light that are coming in through Earth's quantum infinity Merkaba core that we can use to overlay the timelines that we have access to. Guardians of Gaia's Star Heart quantum infinity core, so to bring in those threads of light from cosmic upper world, where Gaia's inner core is in spin resonance with other sacred wormholes, portals from the cosmic sun, central sun, the heart of certain other planetary ascendant worlds. It's like synchronized heartbeats of worlds that are anchored in oneness and love, vibrating from above, can begin to share more of that energy, like a transducing the current or transferring the energy from one tier to the next, one turn of the spiral to the next. So as that energy is pouring into Gaia's quantum infinity core, she's then exuding it out like the milk of the mother to shoot it out through her new quantum infinity waveguides that are like those little tubular structures we mentioned before that are forming like geode extensions from her core, like Gabriel's trumpeter angels, phonon energies, sound waves of love and light bouncing out, and new receptors in the mantle are forming to create a continuity for those threads of light to be woven through those hollow cylinders, like thread being woven through a seamstress's shuttle or through this tubular network, so that those new energy field lines can move all the way up into the mantle where the star crystals are vibrating, with the children of Gaia humming new hymns that are helping Gaia connect to the universe, to a new song of the new dawn, love's new spawn. And it vibrates up from the mantle, the earthquake energies, vibrations of the earth shaking the energy upward. Appears the electric crystals vibrating the light. Stellar quantum might to affirm and protect our quadrants upon this night. Creating more pathways for eternities and infinity's love essence secretions to percolate from inside to the exterior of the earth, like liquid light magma coming out of the ground, through which these new pillars of light are being fueled, that we've worked on many times before, that are going into the atmosphere. It's creating new hermetic safe passageways, hermetically sealed from negative machinations or shenanigans. Star heart, hermetic love bubble space. Star heart, hermetically sealed love bubble space, that they're crystallizing new energy in those corridors, in these waveguide tubular systems, so that this higher energy of Mercury, Hermes, which I'm seeing really clearly is with us here, wanting to come in to inspire us, so we can put on our upgraded magical bird tribe winged sandals, hats and winged bodies, and be able to journey quickly between the worlds, swooping down to Gaia's cosmic nectar nuclear reactor zone. It's like Gaia's natural nuclear reactor, her plasma core, crystal love core, where you can like a eagle or swan dipping down to the water. We can dip down all the way down, spinning, spiraling down as we fly through the layers of Gaia's inner kingdom into that beautiful, untapped holy reservoir that's being formed, like a beautiful new inner ocean that's being consecrated around Gaia's core, like a floating, like a layer of her ocean that has more of this, almost like an anti-gravity field around it. It's kind of hovering around her core. So we can dip in there and receive that fresh new energy. And with the bird energy, they're saying Hermes energy wants us to help us to tie that new strands of light to our tail. So when we fly back up, shamanically speaking, in our bodies, we're carrying not just the new bucket with the new liquid light, but we're bringing up the new threads of light through our tail, through our Merkaba bird tribe tail. And then we're flying in a circle around our wellspring, so we can weave that thread around our wellspring like a coil forming, so we can carry that new voltage, that new electromagnetic field of light can come up. And actually they're calling it a quantum gravity love shaft. So it's also involving these quantum gravity waves, quantum gravity love shaft. And as you and your birds are looking around your shaft or the wellspring, you're seeing that aurical crystal, like a lens forming on the wellspring shaft, almost like a layer of ice, like a crystal lens. It's helping to solidify some of the energies there, so it could radiate up. Well, I am so thirsty. Speaking of water.
I kept seeing this. I'm not sure who it's supposed to be for, but I saw almost kind of like, it looked like black armor around chakras that was put there. I'm not sure if I've seen something personally for me, or if there's something with that, or if it's
collective or something.
Yeah, it keeps coming up.
I mean, to clear that, you're saying. Yeah, obviously. Okay. Speaking of things that are trying to block us from receiving this new inspiration, divine precipitation. Guardians of Gaia's Merkaba corridors, Guardians of Gaia's Infinity Merkaba corridors, Guardians of Gaia's quantum gravity wave shafts, further help us build this new layering of intricacy, of light distribution from the heart of Gaia's Merkaba egg, where now I'm seeing a giant phoenix is coming in view, beautiful phoenix, dove-like energy combination. And it's opening its heart up like a heart chakra, opening its feathers to show that it's like an extension of Gaia's cosmic quantum infinity core. It's an extension of Gaia's cosmic quantum infinity core, where it's like a network of new correspondence between above and below. It's creating that new ability to ground in between, like phasing in more energy of upper world and underworld so they can be expressed in middle world with more potency, culpability, palpableness. Through your phoenix heart, may you shine light like a lantern through the dark. To claim what he's saying is our phoenix infinity lanterns to be recovered. He wants to give us these phoenix infinity lanterns so we could shine into any parts of our being that may have been previously quantumly decoupled from this new space of infinitely love-filled grace. Again, it's creating more space for that Hermes Mercury energy thing, so that we have, so that we're like healing some of the distortions that have happened from the misuse of hermetic correspondences, where they've misused the understanding of as above and so below, and they've created all sorts of negative fixtures to try to block or trap people between the worlds and limit their movement, much like this current situation of transportation and quarantine energies on a metaphysical level has been a lot about trying to quarantine people energetically from freely traveling between realms and trying to block the flow of energy from Gaia's body from properly circulating from one sacred site to the next. And we're kind of been creating more of that space to override that unauthorized social contract extension that we did not agree to, to be made null and nullified and void. We want to reclaim our full right and sovereign authority to receive this milk of the Divine Mother, sacred ambrosia, like a honey-like energy coming in. Quantum core guardians help us release any what my friend was saying here before, release any negative structures that were like false armor, almost like black armor that was forming around some people's chakras in their field. We've seen a lot of that before, forming in the back and around the body as a kind of exoskeleton, but this is more like interlaced in the chakra areas as well. So asking angels to help us release ourselves from any shadow phantom core, nuclear projections, deceptions, trickeries, and aggressions to be neutralized, to help us to come in there and quantum star heart guardians of Gaia. And our galactic bird tribe allies, angels. Quantum love core assembly teams. Help us go in there and help us dephase temporally, spatially, with any negative structures that are blocking any of our chakras, anything we're trying to block or limit the cascade of our freedom flow, love glow, from proceeding unimpeded. Quantum core infinity guardians of Gaia to come up to us. Quantum core infinity floor guardians of Gaia. Send more gravity waves up to us to assist us. We want to grow what looks like an egg of light coming out of the ground, out of that angelic floors that are forming, like a new egg of light. Like think of like a glass blower blowing a bubble by melting the glass. It's almost like part of that crystal plane below us is curving to create an encapsulation around us so that we can be more of an extension of cosmic love retention. So we can help shift our attention and refine our intention for this new age. Free us from any unwanted shadowy charades. Quantum core love extension of Gaia, so we can welcome what they're calling an infinity cascade. It's like almost like a lightning bolt platform forming in the egg around us in our fields. Oh. Quantum core love symmetry teams. Quantum core love symmetry teams, so that our galactic allies can manifest and shine on a quantum level to assist us in being set free from any of this false shadow Merkaba armor, the skeleton's constraints. Increasing, they're adding extra vortexes spinning from below. More concentrated, tighter vortex coming from below, like a geyser stream that plugs into that egg of light that is forming around us. So we can, like a tree, absorbing the water from below through the roots. Or it's more like your quantum love colonic stream. Quantum love colonic stream coming from infinity. Fill with the waters of divinity to clean us out from the inside out. A new water spout. It's coming up from below. So that water wants to go into us, the liquid light wants to go into our bodies from below, like water, like river streams moving around rocks and finding the weak points in the rocks so they can pop and break open the false locks and any of our shadow blocks. Oh, just keep breathing, breathing. Oh. Oh. And do a group Yam energy together. Just breathe in. We'll do Yam for the heart chakra. We'll expanding with green, white, and purple light. Breathe in. Feel the egg of energy resonating when we do the sound of that mantra for Yam. Yam. Quantum core infinity birthing teams help us dismantle any of the structures from our sacred fountain. So you can also see this like almost like a wedding cake, multi-tiered cake fountain, like feng shui fountain representing the chakras, like a mini version of your body and this part of the earth that we're cleansing, where the different bird energies are coming in, and that those different layers of that kind of like wedding cake circular layers are forming like a medicine cone or pyramid teepee of light. And because of its many tiers, like a feng shui fountain, liquids of water is flowing from each level to the next. We're asking those up is clear out any of those clogs or almost like faucet blockers, things that we're trying to block or manipulate the flow through one tier to the next to help clean out that feng shui fountain waterfall. Inner star heart cone from any of these shadow structures that we're trying to impede the circulating energy from growing, flowing, glowing. So it was like almost like reminding of work we did a few months ago with the Phoenix energies that are trying to block different phoenixes in different locations from opening. It's like freeing that Phoenix energy from any negative armor that was trying to block it from fully expressing the grandeur of Gaia's new exalted freedom, love infused state, quantum high spin state to help us reach that new orbital platform of our evolution, like a mass exodus to this new turn of the spiral we are approaching. Quantum love spin, shield of Gaia. Who's going to call in for us? Quantum love spin, shield of Gaia. To strengthen in the front and back of our chakras so that new energy can come from those structures, shooting into the back and front of our chakras to further help take apart. It's like a high-speed water hose to flush out any of those negative structures that we're trying to block our chakras. Bodies that need to be dismantled. Freeing us from any dark star heart, quantum spin armor, they're calling it. Free us from any dark star heart, quantum spin armor to be dismantled. We want positive star heart, quantum spin armor to replace it. It's like those are like structures that we're trying to help make people spin more to a negative polarized weight while blocking the positive gates from properly flowing to us. So people were feeling more cut off and then filled with a false alternative narrative that they were kind of being spin aligned to energetically and through media propaganda, and fear being exalted to the altar of humanity during this recent crisis situation or nexus point. They're saying that's like we need to take out from the altar of Gaia, from the altar of humanity's temple, this fear energy structure crystal, where they said that energetically they were trying to, dark groups trying to put this fear crystal, dark star crystal, as being superior to the Christ consciousness, Buddha, love, Mary crystal, bird tribe, Native American energy. But it's like they were trying to exalt fear above the heart of the altar of divine light. It's like the inverted pentagram in its most effed up way, you know, trying to have lower materialism and a condition of matter being superior to our own immunity that love and divine light can give us when we are fully saturated together in our positive Aquarian brotherhood and sisterhood. We can manifest the new kingdom instantaneously and relinquish these cords the dark ones hold over us if we come together stronger yet alone, a petty virus is nothing to what our divine God selves and our 4D ascended selves can create entire new realms in mind over matter, and yet we're acting like we're 5-year-old children and we can't deal with our basic immunity for our bodies, especially for star seeds or light workers that have given some of their power away in these current situations and ended up diminishing their flame in their heart altar and putting in the false flame of the fear being greater than the heart power of the heart flame to transmute and free us from that game and heal us from any negative peer pressure shame that was also going on from that. Those of us are choosing to exclude ourselves from that game of the false pain. knock down those false checkerboards and chess pieces from that dark board that they were trying to coalesce people into all putting on outfits of the pawns on the chessboard of life. And meanwhile, their false authority figures are trying to be like the king and queens and bishops to control our movements in the chessboard of life. And it's like, no, we're knocking your asses down. We're checkmating you so we can get out of this fake board of life and get into the new stage of exalted freedom in life. A lot of bird guardians, serious like bird guardians, bird humanoid, starbird energies, council of the sacred phoenixes. They're coming in, and that was something that got interrupted during the corona situation. This massive phoenix awakening started happening around the earth as they started freeing it up, and then we had to deal with deconstructing this other blockade that was more prevalent. Now this phoenix energy is coming back again to say it's time to start to connect to that inner council of oneness, unified, shared sacrament that we can share in, spin in, create from those new tendrils of light that we started with in the beginning. It's like things they said at the fair, this quantum diva is saying, it's like making magic starry heart taffy, magic star heart spin candy. Think of like what's someone taffy, cotton candy. It's like spinning this new threads of light to make these new tasty treats so that we can rediscover that we are already truly complete. It's just releasing all the other incrustations that were plugging into our field that were blocking the beauty of our true form from helping us to be transformed. As if we were like, we are gods and goddesses, titans in the making. Like think of like the Greeks making a beautiful statue of a god or goddess and saying how, I can't remember which famous person said it, but they said that's like that they were freeing up, you know, the image from the sculpture from the raw rock. Like the form was already in there. They were just revealing what was inside the sculpture. I can't remember who said that. One of the famous philosophers, artists, I don't know, whatever. But the point is, it's the simple idea is like, it's like the geode hidden beneath the rocky cover. It's like the rock didn't need to become the crystal. The crystal was inside the rock. The rock protected the crystal inside itself. So I was saying, instead of overly judging the part of yourself that felt like you were being separate, or human aspects that seemed to be less divine because they were constrained or maybe more saturated with old pains, see it more like that's a protection around your beautiful inner geode, that you don't want to make a hole or take other people's rocky exterior and shove it inside your geode once you opened it, because then you can't really see your crystal anymore. So it's like releasing ourselves from any toxicity that dark groups might have done where they tried to block you from discovering your innate beauty, your innate divinity beneath that rocky exterior. And they're like, no, we want this true light to shine from all those beautiful crystals in our own auric geode to blast through. Each of us is an ascension crew. Helping each of us to come through this quantum groove. There was something else that was leading to before that. I just went to a different direction. What was I saying before about that? Quantum love spin field of Gaia. Oh yeah, there was these other bird beings, the bird council energies that want us to, as if we're stepping into that feng shui fountain, is becoming bigger like a pool for us to sit within it, and our circle of sacred bird guardians that are at each different tier of that sacred multi-layered pool, wedding cake like shape fountain, for us to take a dip in the new spin field where that new structure is plugged in like a spiral pine tree plugged into Gaia's new infinity core depth, our new quantum love whirlpool, jacuzzi. Jet spray is coming in there. Oh. I forgot to mention there's another group of positive ETs who came before, but I got so caught up in this stream of thought and energy, I forgot to acknowledge them, but see if they're still around. They were coming in recently. They were a group I discovered several years ago, but just kind of like forgot about them for a few years. I didn't really feel them, but they came in recently this week while working with someone, and they're from a planet that's very close to the galactic center. They're called Vornithion. They're called the Starheart Collective of Vornithion, and they're really like amazing, beautiful, very high ascended beings. Think of like trying to describe them. They kind of remind me a lot of like Michael's angels, mixed like Michael's angels with like the tall elves of Lord of the Rings, like the Norse mythology, dressed in like Hermetic Greek, almost like Roman like outfits. You know, where they have like the winged sandals like Mercury and the helmets, and they have the like it's like almost like light bird-like features around them. But their whole bodies are full of light, but they're sculpted to have some of that shape of these like divine light warrior guardians. You know, with that almost like Spartan-like outfits mixed with Hermes outfit. But they're coming in to help create more of the spotlight from the galactic center, the galactic sun, galactic central sun, and Earth. Like that gravitational corridor from there to here is a huge part of our ascension in clearing out the dissension that has been blocking some of those pathways of light from fully germinating the way they're supposed to be. We've seen that some of the newer Starheart energies that have been coming in, that the different shadow government Illuminati groups have been trying to block. We did this past few months. They were trying to block some of those new windows in Gaia's Merkaba field that was letting us calibrate with our celestial allies. So we've been clearing out some more of those antenna corridors, because as they usher a new energy to us through their quantum love tubes, almost like big optical fiber like tubes of light, they shine in. They're saying the way they're framing it now, it looks, think of like an egg-shaped doorway in front of you, and around the edge of the egg-shaped oval are these different crystals. The crystals are windows that are actually connected to tubes of light, like optical tubes of light that go to different planets that are ascended. So they're coming in to give us a rainbow spotlight around the doorway, so that the actual egg shape itself is like a lens for the pure light of the central sun to come into the Earth. So we have to first calibrate and stabilize, like the Stargate movie, or actually how some of the real Stargate devices are built. We have to calibrate those crystals, those quantum love channels, had to be properly vibrating, resonating, so that together, once we let more of that love in, we're more prepared to receive galactic center love, which is more straight from the Godhead, from the unity source. And this whole corridor is like from the central sun as like a gravity corridor that goes into the sun, into our solar system, to the Earth. This is the bigger plan, is creating more spaces around the Earth so that she can receive this new quantum leap of energy and clearing out the obstructions that have tried to block our view of these new gifts coming from that realm. Quantum Star Divas of Gaia, Vernithion, for the help us come in. Oh yeah, Vernithion energies are also coming and help us remove any residue of those negative structures around our chakras, anything obstructing your essential sun connection to your I am infinity core. Help us dismantle that any false shadow armor around us, within us, temporally, spatially. Our positive infinity love light armor to shine from beneath it, like the crystal in your geo, to start to vibrate and shine, so it pushes off your field anything negative that was blocking you from expressing your beautiful bird body, galactic herald energy. Let's do a Ram together. R-A-M. Almost there. Clear out the quantum bedrock of time so we can align with infinity divine. Ah.
Ah.
So the universal sun can shine into all those quadrants, star heart quadrants that are being formed in the earth. Again, they're forming now miniature versions of this doorway that are not forming horizontally inside these bedrock crystals that we started in the beginning with. It's like the tiles in the ground are forming, like, think of like cubical tiles for these beautiful crystals, star heart crystals that are shining in the cube, that are framing the entrance for the cosmic logos, central sun logos to come in. So they're like, and there's also a space for the fairies and the quantum divas to kind of party into their new little light pool, filling in these little quantum love pools and those light cubicle structures that are forming like tiles or cobblestone road. In the center of the tiles, the center of the cubes, are this mini central sun energies that are shining. And the quantum star divas are like cheering and singing to honor the grounding of that cosmic cosmic neutrino fire, cosmic muon fire, cosmic ray shower energies, different particles that penetrate the earth that are being encoded with this energy. Cosmic muon shower, cosmic neutrino shower. Those, the muons are particles that are like, they're like electrons, but they're supersized electrons, like 207 times larger than electrons. Usually decay very quickly, but they're one of the most abundant particles that comes from the sun into the earth that pours through us in addition to the neutrinos. So it's like being more conscious of this flow of energy that is constantly baptizing us, that we haven't really built proper receptors yet fully to kind of receive or be like almost like solar panels to be able to harness that energy. So in a way, it's like creating more of these structures in our bodies so we can start to tap into that universal flow, that Sekhem energy, universal Sekhem current. Also need to blast through that wave of light coming in through that corridor in front of us to clean us out from any negative throne chairs that any of you might have been sitting on, any past dark authority chairs or thrones that any of you watching this might have been involved with, might have been had from any past life, including any dark cords that any of you had that were tying some parts of you to those dark thrones. Some of you were being kind of manipulated to be sitting in those thrones again when you really shouldn't be. That's angels help us to release any negative spells, ties, binds, quantum core emissions that may have been binding any aspect of any of you, any of us, to any false seats of power, any false authority chairs, any dark thrones, any negative past lives that we wish to transmute. As angels help us to keep moving that positive wheel of time so that we're not stuck through anyone's attempt to reroute a negative life into the now that we're supposed to transmute instead of sitting back in or feeling like we're tied or stuck to its energy. Anyone's desire from any negative groups that were trying to access your part of your dark power to extend their energy or expand their hegemony over you and their own growth to be neutralized. These guys help us neutralize and release any of these shadow structures, cords, ties, binds, contracts, or treaties you might have made with any of these groups that have allowed that structure to continue to be neutral, to now be neutralized, so you release, reclaim more sovereignty over your time field. They're saying it's like your zodiac wheel has thrones in it, the seat of power you've each journeyed on in each lifetime that you led, you were in during those time periods, astrological ages. So it's saying freeing ourselves from any stuckness where some of you are being stuck in that wheel of time to some old false thrones and wanting to let this cosmic ray of light, central sunlight, literally burn through and melt any of those negative cords that were tying you to that chair so you can step up and let the wheel continue to rotate And your planetary deconstruction team can help you take apart that negative throne and help you return you to a positive, appropriate light throne that expresses summation of your power. Mm-hmm.
I was also seeing almost kind of like like it reminded me of like a tornado implosion thing. Also, like almost like imploding people into their dark thrones, too.
That makes sense. That makes a lot of sense. Speaking of all that dark vortex stuff we dealt with before, it's having something outside. So speaking of the car analogy, someone's engine made noise, exhaust valve. As our angels help us to, that's right, what to put our magical Merkaba mobile. Help us give us extra strength to be able to create the new light vortex, so we could disentangle and untie, unwind, uncurl, unfurl any shadow vortexes that were put around us that might have been that were being used to tie any of you to any false thrones, to be neutralized, be uncurled, unfurled. Galactic light crystal of those guardian elementals coming from below us, like our Earth Star crystal, flipping a new crystal or an upgrading of our crystal below our throne, so it connects to this Earth Star chakra more easily. This upgraded Earth Star energy can shine into the bottom of your throne. You create this positive vortex to push off anything negative that was trying to tie you to any dark vortex. Any shadow implosive constructs can be exploded off your field. Chamundai Kalima, Sekhmet Ra Kalima, Durga Durga Kalima, Garuda Ra, Benu Kalima, Phoenix Cone Initiative Program, the term to be initiated, Positive Star Heart, Vortex Cone, Guardians, Principalities. It's like Phoenix Bird Guardian warrior men and women that are like guardians, like the royal guardians of Gaia's new throne of power that's centered in her cosmic axis light tower. So think of like royal guards standing in front of a queen that are adorning the pathway of the carpet going out to the rest of the castle. So they're doing that from the core of the earth. They're lining up on either side of this quantum vortex spring, helping to ensure a safe interface with this new space is able to encircle us to Gaia's new pathway below. So they can then come and stand around us as extra bodyguards, quantum core guardians, and free us from any phantom cores to help us release any shadow or phantom cores, structures, residue, any false cores to be released from us. Like a mixture of like Phoenix and like Garuda, like the eagle men, guardians of Vishnu. Mixture of different bird men, bird woman guardians, deified form to help us transform. You say? Oh, they're gonna say something.
Oh no, just touched my stomach.
Okay. These higher light bird guardians that come in to help us to further dig in. These male-female bird guardians, humanoid bird guardians, want to come and help you with the Gemini energy of positive polarity of male-female to come in there on either side of your body to help you peel away any residue of those shadow structures blocking your chakras or anything that was trying to manipulate you towards any darker spin field orientation of choices, or to help you peel away any hidden deeper inner orbital negative wiring that needs to be, and to help you unplug any dark tails, any dark wiring hooks, so that you can be properly unspooled from any negative lassos or wiring coils. Birdie's coming with the claws up, grab it and pull it out of our fields. Including any residue pieces of any dark collars or negative necklaces. So we're supposed to further peel away. Take off any shadow collars. Any positive quantum field derivatives to be with us. Freeing all of our fractal quantum derivatives from any negative structures that might have been imposed on it or superimposed on it. Phoenix Guardian, Eagle Garuda looking us in the eyes to help us clean out our fractal field so we could shine in our beautiful, unique, highlighted specialties, maybe more apparent to us. All the highlighted tiny nuances of our tinier and tinier substructures of beauty, mandalas of love, can kind of be cleared out of any gunk. So that your frame of your body can be more appropriately like the Garuda Buddha bird sitting on your lotus of love and light coming through you, can prepare you for acknowledging this truer reflection of your divine self coming through that unified field of love and light, through that infinity corridor from the central sun. What they call it, central omnion field. Omnion is a word they use to describe particles of unified field energy. Central omnion field at the central sun, so we can be properly clothed in the light of the central sun that wants to bathe each of you. It's coming to each of you as an extension of that tube of light to be put over your field, down your body, and then it loops in the floor back. So it's coming from the ceiling of the corridor through the middle section ceiling, wraps over you like a field tube of energy, and it goes to the floor back through the corridor so that you're an extension of that divine connection. So you can be more properly plugged in. And then between you and that corridor has a gateway, a circular mirrored gateway that you kind of move your hand to open or close it. It becomes either translucent or opaque. And they decorate the ground with more crystals, star crystals between you and that pathway. Quantum star divas, fairies, elves, magical forest denizens. Adding that light to our central column, to our tower to begin to seal the energy in place. And the more positive crystals out into your throne chair. So you could sit there with your little quantum love light crew, elemental teams that are part of your inner council. So we all share the spotlight in this new beautiful castle-like cathedral where we have supporting each other's kingdoms through our own stance of claiming our own sovereignty and connection to the galactic center. Together we create new pixelations of a central sunbeam that goes to each of us, creates a stronger pixelation of love's geometry that can inspire others to join this new crystal love club. Fractal love symmetry can heal us from any arrhythmia or gaps in our light flow, love flow. Quantum halo flow, they're putting a halo vertical around our whole body to frame our fields, to stabilize us so that we don't glitch out of phase with that central sunlight. We want to sit in its presence of it like a sunlight beam, stabilizing, phasing with us. So we create that new channel for the new reality, the new screen, the new choice options that can shine through us. We're going to do a group. Did we do hum before? I'm going to unmute everybody so we can do a group hum together. 3, 2, 1. Energy spiraling down to that magical murk of a bird bath and something sparkling and shaking the feathers. They're putting new crystals in each tier of that magical fountain bird bath structure so it can shine with more fuller spectrum light. Part of emancipation through this night. We'll do Vam, second chakra. So more nature plugging into us as we plug into more positive nature. Vam. Very sounds like screwing in the light bulb. We're learning how to screw ourselves into a deeper earth love spin field. Some you're kind of half assed in, half out of. Quantum love sockets. Treats for very love-filled pockets. All right, just about there. Lam for the root chakra, more of Gaia's roots, the whole continuity of her love roots, going all the way from the core up to our fields, purple, red, white roots, pink. Quantum Love Spin Field Endowment Team. That's who was with us today. Quantum Love Spin Field Endowment Team. And they're decorating your egg of light like an Easter egg, with all these, like a Fabergé crystal egg, all different beautiful colors and sparkly bird, totem animals. Did we forget the mantra? Did we do Om already? I can't remember. We started with Om, right? I think. Did we do Om? No, let's do a group Om. I can't remember. Let's breathe in. Quantum Essential Sun Core Guardians, Renithian, Galactic Bird Tribes, they're putting extra energy in that corridor between us and the Essential Sun, adding extra layers of tiers of perfection, different layers of solidifying the energy, polishing, conducting structures. And I want to do the crown chakra, giving us a final light to our crown chakra, that Essential Sun Guardian energy, tribal energy. As we do Hu, like the dolphin sound, Hu or U. The quantum love spin field space, almost like a yarmulke looking like spinning halo above us. Energy lines are going down from that halo of light around your body, and that egg shape to your feet. And it's kind of like brushing and combing the field lines. Oh, it's like native bird tribe guardian shaman energy assisting us. Oh, we're all like new sparkly crystal egg jewels that are coming off of the fountain with our own new little holy Merkaba spin field engaged. Back to our centers, they're spinning back. Spokes of that wheel from the fountain, the bird guardians there, blessing you to our paths, and the entrances, gateways, solidifying it, putting a bigger egg of light above and below the fountain, adjusting the domain, shifting our frame of reference, pathways of light down to the ground through each elemental kingdom. We seal up the gateways, doorways of that new magical chamber, magical realm access points, magical spin field points to come back in our body to begin to re-engage with more local spin field coordinates that are now newly pixelated with this new light. Codings, codons, coming out of Gaia's galactic inner Earth spin field, inner Earth orbital domain, infinity love light gain. She's shooting up a giant geyser that propels any part of ourselves from the inner quantum core, infinity core of Gaia, back up through. Oh, last image is that I want us to remove, as we're going up slowly, the bird guardians want us to remove any, it's like Christmas tree idea, remove any false Christmas tree ornaments from your personal tree of life, as if they're pulling off negative, false ornament eggs, like structures from our tree of life that might have been connected to the tree of death, to be cleansed. Release any phantom core egg structures from our fields, any shadow phantom sun or core structures we remove, so we have a fuller access. Positive gateways as we come from inside the earth rising up, because this goes into a deeper thing. I can't go into now, but there's like a whole dark tree of death network, of course, of different points that dark groups have access. And so they were trying to trick people as we were coming in and out of certain parts of the earth, that we would be unconsciously sliding into some of their territory where they were hooking us in to some of their grid points without us really fully recognizing that. So it's reclaiming the full continuity of our spin field gradient space, like a spinning Merkaba lightship egg around us. We can shoot up through that volcanic shaft and protecting all the floors in that shaft, all the spaces from below, all the geological space below that goes from the core of the earth to our location, protecting all those inner kingdoms so that they're cleared of any negative phantom interface grids that these shadowy groups might have been using to try to trap or put malware on people. Tosh! Chamunda Kalima! Promethean, Elven legions, Galactic and Earth legions that go to help us to begin to dismantle some of those negative toroidal fields, negative rings that were connected to those structures in between our sacred sites so that we can rise up and create stronger support between our locations without it getting diminished from any of this other phantom web crap technologies, creating fuller, clear quality control spin space so our whole wheel of light can spin without getting sidetracked from any unwanted attachments. Bigger cylinders and pillars of light coming up in between our star heart crystal points in our wheel to protect the spaces in between us, protect the spaces between our crystals and our wheel of time. Zodiac wheel, start wheel. Bigger discs of light shining, Phoenix might, surround and protect us through this night. Circle of sacred towers. Phoenix guardians standing there as sentinels with their discs of light, sounds of divine might. Vibrating to our waters in our pool. We're coming out of the pools, up through that cosmic elevator from below, through the gradient of the elemental floors. They're the angel king is below. They help scrub our field as we re-emerge. This quantum love bath of the angelic kingdoms we started with. Quantum love phone pushing us up like the spout of a whale, shooting us up. And that geyser of Mother Earth's inner love juices, love cosmic secretions, accretions pushing us up. Coming out that magic bubble portal bath into our own little quantum love lotus spaces, where the fairies are washing us off and drying us, blowing us into the sacred air of Gemini breath. A lot of little birdies and mystical fairies dressed as birds flying around us, giving us little energy blessings. Like little hummingbirds giving us a little nectar and fruit. And, a magic bag of gifts, basket of gifts to bring back with us to this new light portal that we've created. Coming together at that giant portal to give thanks to all these beautiful beings, angels, guides, hosts, planetary folks, celestial time star guardians. These angels, guides help us to seal that extra frame of protection around those rings of the gateways that we started with, the ring of crystals, star heart, doorway rings to be protected, like almost like drapes of light, protect and secure our access points. Give thanks to these beings, angels, guides, hosts, planetary folks, for the animals, allies, quantum divas, Merkaba guardians to respective realms, domains, homes, sectors. Gateway guardians continue to bless the gateways of the star heart meridians that are outside the earth and upper world, upper atmosphere, exosphere of the earth, to continue to sanctify those gateways. Putting a final blessing of blue iridescent light around the earth. Nice little energy back to that egg of light to the ocean realm, back to our shoreline. Clear the new line of our horizon point, sealing up the gateways. Give thanks to these angels, guides, hosts who choose to stay to help us ground energy in our homes, workplace, journey space, continued guidance, navigation, suggestion space, protection, clear access to our rightful bounty space, course correction, timeline space options, love light, strengthening space, some beam protection, divine love erection, beam Takoyasin. Breathe in, clap our hands 3 times, and feel that final Merkaba pyramid of crystal lights around you. They've created that coupling between ourselves and these higher realms. Starheart guardian birds of Vega, Garuda, giving thanks to us in our own new disposition, anchoring this side of the bridge, and our new empowered light crystal throne, bowing to each other's divine essence. Give thanks. Samabhin Takwayasin, Eheya Asher Eheya, I am that I am. Munkin Tunkin Ra. So mote it be. Clap our hands 3 times. Pat our bodies. Ooh. Wow. Holy. Woo. That was really intense. Let me just want to stop the recording here so those in the conference call can share. Thank you, those on YouTube watching it. Blessings.